You ready for this? Okay, here we go. The Kansas City Chiefs are lobbying the NFL to become a permanent Christmas Day fixture. The Chiefs want to be on Christmas Day every single Christmas Day, just like the Lions and the Cowboys are on Thanksgiving Day every year. The Chiefs want the distinction of being on Christmas Day every single year. Guys, what's your reaction to that? I'm sick. I feel the bile coming up in my throat right now. Go ahead, Mark.
Why are you sick? Why?
Why? Because here's what's going to happen.
Soft.
Here's what's going to happen. The Chiefs are smelling themselves right now. They're smelling their own fumes. They think they're the greatest thing ever. But guess what? Here's what I know about the NFL. Okay? Windows open, windows slam shut. You're on top one day, you're irrelevant the next. The Patriots were amazing for 20 years. Now, can you imagine if the Patriots had been given that kind of distinction to be able to play on Christmas Day every single day? For a while, it would have made sense, right? Monster ratings, watching your boy Tommy, watching Jules, Gronk, all those things.
Right?
Tom Brady. But how about these last 5 years? Would you be wanting to see the Patriots on Christmas Day with Cam Newton playing quarterback? Or
what about, okay, let me ask
Jacoby
you this.
Brissett playing quarterback? Because guess what? Guess what, Chief fan? Guess what, Chief Kingdom? That day is coming, okay? You are going to tumble back to earth, and you're going to become shockingly irrelevant. And we will not want to see you on Christmas Day every single year. Oh, the arrogance of the Kansas City Chiefs. God, I hate them.
Minus the last 3 years, boy, you're letting your Chief hatred just go. It's just
he's almost overselling
and I appreciate that.
You're almost overselling it, Evans.
Yeah, I appreciate it a bit, but minus the last 3 years, we watched 40 years of Drek from Detroit every Thanksgiving Day. You're gonna have ebbs and flows, but listen,
but Mark,
the Kansas City Chiefs are great. And by the way, hold on, Stoke, they do wear red. And if you couple that with a team that wears green, bam, that's a Christmas Day extravaganza.
So let me see if I get this straight. You're on record, Mark Schlereth, as saying you're fine with the NFL designating the Kansas City Chiefs indefinitely as a team that gets to play on Christmas Day no matter what.
Absolutely, because I certainly wouldn't have, as a player, I wouldn't want to play on Christmas Day.
Mark, what is
Do I want to play on Christmas Day?
But Mark,
No.
I don't. I'm not worried about that, Mark. I'm worried about your sanity right now. You left Denver, you're up in New York, and that's how you view this thing. Like you want to spend your Christmas Day watching the Chiefs for the rest of your life. Oh my, no, absolutely not. And Mark, you can't compare this to the Detroit Lions. Just because we went through misery watching them, don't make my Christmas miserable. Guess what? It's 2025. We're looking at this thing a little bit differently. The Chiefs haven't been playing in this game since 1965. So, you know what? You don't get all of a sudden the right to say, oh, yeah, we just want to do this every year. No. Guess what? We can be flexible here. We don't have to give the same team the game every year. So why would we? Just play the hot teams. It's Christmas. I don't want my Christmas ruined. I had it ruined a few years ago when I had to watch Nathaniel Hackett on that damn screen and watch him get crushed by the Rams. I don't want to watch those types of miserable games moving forward.
Let me ask you this.
Russell, can you hear me?
How many teams do you think would lobby for this, and how many teams would you think would say, "Great, let them play on Christmas because we don't want to play on Christmas"?
What team, what organization would not want to have their team showcased on Christmas Day? I'm sure maybe some coaches and players might feel differently, but we don't care about your opinion. What do you think the owners of 32 NFL teams?
You don't care about the product?
No.
Maybe they should just have the camera faced in the owner's box, so we can just watch Lamar Hunt.
The product. What you think the NFL is the king that it is right now because people are just blown away by the product? Come on, Mark. You know better than that.
They're blown away by the players.
They're just blown away by the idea of NFL football. Most people watching wouldn't even know if they're watching good football or not.
But you think they're tuning in for a quick shot of Taylor Swift. Well, maybe not Taylor Swift, but do you think people are tuning in to to get a quick shot of Andy Reid standing around his ass off on the sideline? No.
Well, what's your
They're
point?
watching
Well, yeah, what's your
players
point?
play.
What's your point, Mark?
I'm saying that there is not a team in the NFL that would turn down the chance to play on Christmas Day.
And from a executive standpoint, yeah, I'm talking about players and coaches.
Well, you don't
It
count.
doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what you guys
Players
think.
and coaches.
So
It
what
does
about
matter.
the Chiefs? The Chiefs play. You think the Chiefs players in 4 years are going to want to play on it when they're a bad
No.
football team in 6? So why are we going to let the Chiefs do it? At least the best chance to have good football to where everybody wants to watch it. Because guess what? It doesn't matter what the players want. They're playing on Christmas no matter what. You're going to have 3 games on Christmas no matter what. So that's not even relevant in this conversation. You might as well say in 6 years, when the Chiefs stink, we're going to have 2 good football teams playing. We're not going to have the Chiefs playing the Raiders, right? And then it's miserable and it's bad football. So at least leave yourself some flexibility in the situation. The Chiefs, the arrogant Chiefs, Mike, you're right. Arrogant Chiefs.
I like the tradition of knowing I'm going to sit down and fall
Oh, my
asleep during a
gosh.
Detroit game.
Oh.
How many times over the last 10, 15 years have you looked forward to Thanksgiving and then realized, ugh, I got to watch the Lions play? Or now,
Never.
or ugh, now I got to watch the Cowboys play.
Just shut up and let me answer.
There have been so many years that I'm like, man, Thanksgiving football would be so much better if I didn't have to watch the Lions. And now it's been replaced by, man, my Thanksgiving football experience would be so much better if I didn't have to watch the Cowboys.
And then you can't wait for the night game between
Whoever is relevant.
the Ravens and the Steelers.
Right.
You know, I mean, you've got 2 really good teams that are going to be
That
going
are
in the
relevant.
that aren't
Right.
like, hey, just because you started this tradition 80 years ago, you are going to play in this thing every year. So you have the flexibility to put 2 good teams on there, and that's what the game everyone
Right.
wants to
So,
watch.
Mark, my point is,
Let me find out you're using the Detroit Lions as an excuse to actually watch the Macy's Day Parade with your wife. It's just soft. It's embarrassing is what it is.
listen,
Oh, look at the float, honey. It's beautiful. Oh.
Stink. Stink. I am more consumed and obsessed with getting the Lions and the Cowboys off automatic Thanksgiving Day than I am keeping them there and adding Kansas City as a permanent Christmas Day fixture. I don't want anybody to be a permanent fixture on the holidays. Nobody should be given that honor.
All right.
Yeah, I kind of
Nobody.
agree. I agree with you there, Evans.
All right.
Let's put good football games
Exactly.
on.
Is that so hard?
Why screw the tradition. No one cares about the tradition outside of Dallas and Detroit. And who really
did
cares?
you ever play on Thanksgiving, Stoke?
Of course I did.
You did?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't see the highlights every year. I got highlights on there. Manning threw 6 against the Lions. I caught 3 of them.
Really?
Any
What?
other questions?
Really?
What?
What year was that?
Kind of a big
Hold
deal.
on. I need to go back
I
and
don't
look
recall.
at this.
I don't recall that.
I'm
What, I'm just making it up?
well, no, I'd like to know what year that was.
That was 04. Thanksgiving
Yeah.
of 04. Yeah.
I never
Johnny,
played on
can you look up the
Thanksgiving Day.
box score of the 2004 Thanksgiving game?
I own Thanksgiving. I
You
had,
own Thanksgiving?
Yeah, I had another game here. We played Thanksgiving here. Didn't we play the Giants? I caught a touchdown in that one. I mean,
Did
just
you
every-
get a
I
Did you
don't
get a
know.
Turducken or something? Did John Madden
No,
award
he
you?
wouldn't. Dude, it had to go to Peyton or Reggie.
Oh well, yeah.
or
Then you
Marvin.
did. You gotta. You did
My 3
kind of
touchdowns were under the radar. Just
right.
just-
But no, you kind of. I'm sure you were there in the corner peeking into the screen with a
Can I
turducken
get a
leg
bite?
or something.
Can I get a bite,
Yeah.
please? I'm
So
hungry.
2004 with the Colts.
Yeah.
You had 3 touchdowns on Thanksgiving Day?
On 5 catches.
Seriously? We got clarification?
5 for 57, 3 TDs. Marvin Harrison went 12 for 127, 3 TDs.
See, he got the turducken. See, this.
Oh,
You
yeah,
had
Mark.
3 TDs?
Stokley, one of the 3 receivers in. There are 5 defensive backs in for Tennessee. On 3rd down, Cutler. Good on 3rd down. Beautiful strike to Stokley, who's got a step and some speed. And Stokley scores. Touchdown.
Best part of that highlight, it was a 48-yard touchdown pass. And all you needed was 1 step, and you
That
weren't
was
caught.
That was
You-
it.
nobody,
Stokley.
nobody ever caught. It was like TD. TD didn't have Like if TD was forced to run a 40-yard dash, he'd probably run in about what 4.55, something like that. But nobody ever
4.6.
But nobody ever caught him from behind, right? Football speed. Nobody ever caught Stokley.
So that 04,
You had 3 touchdowns. All right.
that was
Mad
a great
respect.
That was a
Mad.
great Thanksgiving. You know who it wasn't a good Thanksgiving for? Dre Bly.
Really?
Remember Dre Bly?
Oh, I do remember.
Yeah, he
Dre.
was on the opposite end of
All 3 of them.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All 3 yours, or were yours just more like zone coverage and they dropped you?
No. He
You
was
got
actually.
you got matched up with a linebacker.
You got matched up with a linebacker?
All right, that's not nice. Blown coverages.
Blown coverages. What is why is Stokley running free in the
We're worried
middle
about
of the field?
Marvin. We're Marvin and Reggie and Dallas.
Pay attention to
blown
Stokley.
coverages.
Somebody get on the white kid.
Where's McConkey?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay, great. Good stuff. Coming up next, we had a really good debate about this earlier. We'll let Mark get in on it. Other than Bo Nix, he's not included in this.